This not your average podcast. You ain't talking about nothing. When they hit the highway, yeah, they talking about something. Better tune in and listen. Get the scoop they digging. It's just an open discussion. Now tell me what's your position. This not your average podcast. You ain't talking about nothing. When they hit the highway, yeah, they talking about something. Better tune in and listen. Get the scoop they digging. It's just an open discussion. Now tell me what's your position. Laydie Roscoe on point. She gon' tell you the drill. You got Yokko, Camille. All work, no play. She gon' give you the spiel. Let's talk about it. What's the truth? They just keeping it real. Square business, that's the deal. They gon' speak on something, just pick a topic, get it poppin'. Not your average type of show, they keep it rockin', ain't no stopping. Controversial, who cares? We taking over, keep on watching. Motion steady on go, anticipation got 'em flocking. Ain't nothing average about it, just keep glad that you found it. Tell a friend about it, know we all about it, so we gon' speak about it. Yokko, Camille, and Laydie Roscoe, leave no doubt about it. Scream it out from the mouth, this not your average podcast. You ain't talking about nothing. When they hit the highway, they talking about something. Better tune.
In today's topic, I wanted to talk about postpartum depression. And postpartum depression, PPD, is a complex of mix of physical, emotional, and behavioral changes that occurs in a mother after giving birth. It's a form of major depression that begins within like 4 weeks after delivering and can persist for several weeks or months. Symptoms can include severe mood swings, intense irritability, can't talk right now, and anger, overwhelming fatigue, feeling sadness and hopelessness, difficulty bonding with the baby, and thoughts of harming oneself or the baby. Also, it could affect any mother regardless of race, age, income, culture, education. Risk factors include a history of depression or other mental health disorders, a lack of support from family members or friends, and stressful life events during or after childbirth. And treatments for PPD often involve counseling, physical therapy, support groups, medication, and like I said, therapy from healthcare providers. Yeah, providers to manage relief for their symptoms effectively. I might just chop out that whole sentence together. I'm like, hot mess. But
girl, it's okay.
Man, have you ever gone through postpartum depression?
So no, I haven't. Luckily, I didn't experience that. I don't really know anyone. I actually never have actually physically seen anyone go through it. I asked my sister, and she said she went through it, but when she was pregnant, I wasn't around. Like, I was in a whole different other state, so I never got to see or experience her go through it. And I also have another friend who said she went through it, but I didn't know her when she was pregnant, so I didn't get a chance to experience that with her. So, but I, watching all these true crime shows, just seeing people who have experienced it and not knowing that they're going through what they're going through, and then end up harming their child. Like, people put them in the wash machine, in the stove. There are horrible things that women do just because either no one sees the red flags and sees what they're going through, or the woman doesn't want to either ask for help or doesn't know that she needs help herself.
Yeah, I personally haven't met anybody who went through postpartum depression either. So, and when I had my first son, I didn't go through it. And I think maybe it might have been because I was young and I was always on the go. And it was kind of that adrenaline rush of having a baby, and it's me and the baby against the world. So it was a good time, but I actually had struggled with postpartum depression with my current daughter, the baby. She's 8 months now, but I kind of started struggling before I gave birth, and I was kind of summing it up to, okay, well, I'm pregnant and I have these hormone changes. So me feeling like sad and lonely all the time, it's just because, I'm just super emotional, and I'm just,
Mhm.
I try to just chop it up to it's being pregnant. And then
Yeah.
after I gave birth, I realized, the feelings didn't go away, and they kind of were worsening for me as well. So I
Mhm.
was feeling overwhelmingly sad. I was finding myself crying alone a lot. So a lot of people who've seen me won't say that, like, oh, I've been seeing her sad or I've been seeing her cry, because I cried alone, by
Yeah.
myself, and I just didn't want people to see that I had been in such a mess, you know what I mean,
Yeah.
mentally and physically. And I'm 34 years old, and I'm starting all over with a new baby, and it's a lot to take
Mhm.
in because I had a few different ventures in my life that I wanted to go in a different direction. So this has
Yes.
really taken it off course for me, and then
Mhm.
feeling again of alone and sad and really not wanting to be here and not wanting to care. And it's like I have the feeling of, maybe my daughter would be better off with another family. There were different
Mhm.
options in my head where I was just like, not that I don't love her, but maybe I just didn't want to have another one. Or
So so you're still having those feelings now, or that was just right after you were pregnant with her, after you gave birth?
So I don't have those feelings of wanting to, like, maybe she belongs with another family concept, but I do occasionally have sadness that I go through, but not as in my face emotionally wise, as well. And it does take into risk of what's going around you. And when it comes to relationships to with her father, it gets emotional. And so when I'm
Yeah,
over here thinking
I
about that.
no, 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 I'm sorry. No, I was saying I asked that just to say, I want you to know I haven't known you, super long, but I want you to know that you're not
Right.
alone, and if you ever need help, I'm always here because I love the baby. If you ever want
Yeah.
to get out and need a babysitter, mom won't do it. Hey, I got you. I may not be as
Yeah.
close, but I got you. I don't mind watching her or Amari.
Right. I appreciate it.
Let me
Yeah.
know.
It's just at first it was overwhelming. And plus her personality is so different versus
Oh
my
yeah.
son. My son was very quiet, easygoing, really didn't, make a lot of noise, and it was so crazy because there was one night she was about maybe a month and a half, 2 months, almost 2 months, maybe. And
Mhm.
she just wouldn't stop crying. She literally cried all night. Like she would take a break for an hour in between crying, but she was crying all night to the point
Mhm.
where I was just like, I cannot do this. I literally cannot. Like I cannot. Like I found myself
Yeah.
confused and lost, and I was like, I didn't understand it either myself, because I'm like, she's mine. You know what I mean? She's
Yeah.
mine. I love her. But what is wrong?
I
What's
mean,
wrong with me? Why can't I do this?
there's no handbook, there's no, specifically right or wrong way to feel when you're going through it. I mean,
Mhm.
they don't give us a handbook, so when it comes to, babies and just life, you have to just take it one step at a time, do your best, and I mean, hope and pray, things get better. But when it comes to, your child, it definitely will get better. Um, she's only gonna cry for, so long. It's not gonna last forever. And if you're
Right.
having those feelings like when she's like too much and you need somebody to talk to, girl, you can pick up the phone and call me. I'm gonna always be there. I don't do nothing. I don't have a job to be at, so you can call me at 2 something in the morning. I mean, it really doesn't matter. Only thing I got to do the next day is sit on the couch, and if I need to fall asleep, I can do that. So, like,
Yeah. And I
whenever you get
appreciate that.
frustrated or just
Mhm.
need an ear, I'm here. I know
Yeah, and
because I
it's
know
so
it's
much.
hard. It's difficult. No.
Yeah, it's so much easier to manage now that she's older, and it's because now she'll sleep through the night. So now I actually have to wake her up to
Mhm.
change her diaper. Um, she
Yeah.
does have a time where she's kind of moody now, where it's just like, but I can handle it. It really was a learning experience to be patient. Like,
Mhm.
they when I did my follow-up appointment with the doctor, I think it was around 4 weeks after I gave birth, but they had asked me for the form
Excuse me.
to fill out, do I feel depressed? Do I feel like harming myself? Do I want to harm the baby? And
Mhm.
like of course not harming the baby, but it was more like, yes, I am feeling sad. Yes, I do feel alone. Do you feel like you don't have support? Actually,
Mhm.
yes. And that was coming from all angles, not just from, the other parent, but there were moments where I was
Mhm.
feeling in general, no help was going to come in. And it made me
Mhm.
feel extra alone. So I was super grateful when I did have those moments of people giving to me, people being kind in those
Mhm.
moments. It really meant a lot, and they may not understand how much it meant for me, and I lied on those
Mhm.
questions because I was more so afraid of them psychoanalyzing me and trying to take my kids away and probably thinking like, oh, she's probably going to kill the whole family or some crazy shit where I just was like, I don't even want to go into that topic.
Yeah, I get it. And working from the medical field and knowing what that was for is not to take the child away from you. It's just, make sure that you're doing okay. You don't want to harm yourself. If you do, or you're feeling any type of way, instead of just like letting it happen, they're there to assist you and prevent, things from happening. Because I know personally that when we talked about depression on our other episode or mental health, it was a point in time where my son had got shot and I was feeling bad and sad and depressed. And so I took like a bottle of leave and I had to end up going to the hospital and
Oh,
answer those
wow.
same questions. But I actually, they put me in like the little psych ward for like evaluation or whatever at a different
Yeah.
place. But like I told you then, it they were there keeping me, and I told them that wasn't helping my problem. Me being
Mhm.
there is not the solution. That's adding to the problem because it was at that point I wasn't making enough money. So it was like all the bills and everything added up. And they sent me there to get help, even though it might not have been the right help I needed. But had I not did what I did and filled out the forms properly, I wouldn't have got the right help. So you have,
Right.
even though it may be something that you don't want, you need to do what you got to do to get the help you need.
Right. And that's true.
Yeah.
I guess there's that. Sometimes, there's that phobia that Black people got with, doctors and stuff.
Mhm.
And it's like, is this where this you guys are trying to put my baby in the system? So,
Yeah.
and yeah, that kind of like all those thoughts went through my head. And, I actually was getting so depressed to the point that I stopped taking care of my own hair. So I wear wigs often, and it's just because I like
Mhm.
to express myself, or different colors that I don't want to do to my own hair. But
I get it.
I actually just started using wigs to just cover up. And I'm gonna show you some footage of my hair when it was matted. So here's the first video that I do have. Let me see if I just play it. Okay, so here it's a slow-mo clip, but what I'm going to do is kind of like stop here or a little bit further. And
Mhm.
you're going to see that that whole piece is like a chunk of matted hair right there. I don't know if you can
Okay.
tell.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so that was a piece on the top, and then
Mhm.
also is this one where you could actually see in depth on like how
Yeah.
bad it is right there. So
You're
it's
wearing
kind of like,
locks.
yeah, I pretty much had locks in my hair, and this
Yeah.
literally was just in the past like 8 months that this was going
Okay.
on with myself. So I was just like, I really need to do something about it. So I ended up, um, I ended up doing like kind of like a wash day that day,
Mhm.
because my hair texture, it can matte kind of easy if I'm not taking care of it. So how quickly that happened was ridiculous, and then I just left it. I didn't feel like going through it. Like, what the fuck? Like, you see that? That was
Yeah.
the weekend. The weekend, that was like the weekend type of dread. Remember how you used to have those like
Yeah. Yeah.
them dreads? So like that is literally what my scalp was looking like. So I had to take the time one day and go through my hair, and I'm going to show you that footage. This is me afterwards. I'm just combing my fingers through it
Okay.
cuz I'm actually pulling out like hair that might be
Yeah.
shedding. But
Mhm.
yeah, I literally had I had to literally comb through it and put conditioner in order to actually like go from, what it was, which was this, back
Yeah.
to like at least combable. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So, and cuz I told myself, I was like, "Oh god, I need to get my life together over here. I'm over here." I was having anxiety attacks. I had a friend who I didn't really like being out at first off. I didn't really tell too many people I was pregnant. So, it wasn't
Mhm.
really put out there
Oh,
cuz
I
it was
know.
yeah. Honestly, even my family was shocked. So I had a relative who passed away, and I had to go over there, and I
Mhm.
brought my kids, and they were like, "Whose baby is this?" Whose baby is this? They picked up my daughter, like, "Who is this?" Like, one of my cousins snatched my daughter and was like, "I need to talk to your mom." Like, I was like, because I really, unfortunately, it wasn't planned, and it wasn't at the timing that was needed. And I
Yeah.
wasn't, certain family members were just like not happy of the situation, and that didn't help either. I mean, of course, I have such a big family. So, when I went home, I felt a lot of support and love from
Mhm.
everyone, and that actually made me feel better because before I went on that trip, I actually still had matted hair underneath my wig. So they didn't even
Mhm.
know. But me being around them actually helped me a lot. I needed it. I don't see my family too often. It's usually like every 3 to 4 years at this point in my life, because everybody
Mhm.
lives so far. But when we got together, I just felt secure. I felt better. I was feeling
Mhm.
like this is starting my healing journey. Um, because I was just feeling so alone. And then I was feeling like I was probably going to have to do this alone. Right now, my daughter's father and I, we are working things out to do what's right for the baby. But when
Mhm.
situations are kind of messy at first, it gets hard to
Volatile.
communicate.
Mhm.
Yeah. And then it becomes like
Yeah.
upsetting. So like I think I was saying earlier, I went to a birthday party with some friends that know a lot of
Mhm.
people. And I brought my kids, and I'm just feeling anxious because I'm out. I'm anxious because I'm out. And now like some other people are like, "Yo, what's that?" Pointing at my daughter, like, "Where'd she come from?" So that kind of brought, and then I'm just, I stay more quiet and reserved. So when I'm a quiet person in public sometimes, but like when I'm extra nervous or if something's giving me anxiety, I stay super quiet. So I was
Mhm.
just more reserved. And then when I went home, I kind of coped on where I was at, what was going on, and I broke down in tears. So it was just
Yeah.
kind of like a sad situation. And I even told my son, well, he doesn't know I was going through postpartum, but what I did tell him was, your sister is teaching me a lot of patience. And he's like, "Really?" Because,
Mhm.
parents, we have this mask where we look like we have everything under control. But in the back of your mind, it's like everything's falling apart. And I had to really get myself together, kind of like, when us starting to do like this really working out thing, because I really wanted to work out
Mhm.
too before I even gave birth or even got pregnant. That was on my list of things.
Yeah.
So me gaining extra weight on top, so now I gotta lose more weight, that was depressing too.
Motivation.
Woo! Yeah, so it's motivating to move
Yeah.
up. And I was like, I refuse. I refuse to not lose this baby weight. I worked really hard
Mhm.
to stay in shape after my son because I made a joke. I was like, I spent most of my 20s chubby, so the rest of my life I've got to be like hot to trot, in shape, you
Yeah.
know what I mean? So, and after I had my son, I was actually like doing pretty well, like, in shape, blah blah blah. Even like 3 years ago, boom.
Mhm.
But I had a major car accident where I ended up having a like a severe brain injury from it,
Yeah.
and I kind of was recuperating from that. So with life happening, I was still trying to recuperate from stuff like that, and then I'm trying to get my life back together, and then boom, I get
Mhm.
pregnant, all in such a short, what I feel is such a short time frame. It was just
Yeah.
overwhelming to me. It was very
Oh, I get it. I
overwhelming.
understand.
You know
I
what I
definitely
mean?
understand.
So I thought I
Yeah.
just give a little bit of a tidbit on like I actually went through it. It's crazy. And because,
Right.
like I said, I didn't go through it with my son. So, but now I just realized I was like, oh, shoot, life is hitting me differently. So, but now,
Life
I
be
mean,
life.
I can do it. Life be life. And I had a lot of blessings too. So,
Mhm.
once certain people found out I was pregnant, certain things did, doors opened, and certain situations became easier. And it's just like I know I probably wouldn't have XYZ if I didn't have my daughter. So
Mhm.
I take it as a blessing, and now it's like I'm really happy with everything. I can't imagine
That's good.
them one without the other two, or you
Right.
know what I mean. It's our little bunch, and I'm happy for that. I do, like I
Well,
said,
I'm
have my
glad.
moments of being
I'm really
sad,
glad.
but thank you. But it's something that um
Like I said, if you ever need me, I'm always here, no matter what time. I wake up all through the night, so I'll if I got a message, I'll look at it. So it doesn't matter what time it is, I'm always available. If you need a babysitter, again, I'm here again. So it don't matter.
I appreciate it.
And you shouldn't be ashamed, if you need help, even like therapy or whatever. We shouldn't let what our ancestors and everyone has put in our head that therapy is bad. Therapy isn't bad. Therapy is good for you. And
Yeah.
whether it's going to see somebody professional or finding a way to do something healthy that's going to benefit you, yoga, Pilates, meditation, taking a walk, anything that's going to help you, just get out of that funk. You got to
Right.
do it.
Yeah, and working out's definitely helped.
Yeah, we're gonna have to start working out together in person. Me trying
It'd
to
be
do it at
hot.
home is good, and
Right.
man, but it's like when I see that you or my other friend does something because I have her sharing my fitness stuff too. So I don't know if you've done it yet, but you can. You can go onto my Apple Fitness workouts and use those to work out. And so she be doing
Oh, I
the
didn't know that.
meditation and stuff like that. Mhm. Yeah, you can go on
Okay,
there
I'll look
and
at
in
that
the
then.
fitness in the middle, yeah, on the app, look at
Yeah.
fitness in the middle, and it pulls up all of the workouts, and you should be able to use them with you. I have a free
Okay.
thing until August, then after August, it's just 9.99 a month. So I'll
Okay.
do that. And I was like, if y'all still want to use that, then hey, I mean, little few dollars here and there, we all go in, and it
Start
is what it is. But
exercising.
right,
Yeah.
and me and my boyfriend, we're starting to work out at home together. When he get off work, we'll go take a walk around, and then we'll start doing our own little exercises because we're going to Vegas and we gotta look good in the costumes. So everybody getting summer body ready. We getting winter body ready.
I'm with you too, because there's some costumes that I'm trying to get ready for. Because remember I told you I want to throw an event, so
I
it's
know
gonna.
he asked if you wanted to come to Vegas, but I mean that's gonna be a lot on you right there.
I know. Wait, you know what? One of my friends. Okay, look. Yeah, because I got to throw the event. Maybe next year.
Hey,
Next
we go
time.
every year, so you're more than welcome to come.
Yeah,
All
I would
right.
love to, because I've
But
I've
yeah,
been to
like
Vegas.
yes,
So yeah.
yeah, it's fun. But yeah, any mother out there that's, experiencing any of this postpartum depression period, reach out to us. We're here too. We may not be mental health professionals, but we're here and available to talk. So
Right. We're not life
reach out.
coaches, but
My life ain't always going the best, but hey, I'm always here to help. I'm always here to lend a ear, and
mhm,
just try to be there for someone because everyone needs someone in their corner.
exactly.
Looking to have great memories captured in time for you to see whenever you like? Want wonderful photos for any occasion? Then contact Christina for all your unforgettable moments you want to cherish forever. You can go to her Instagram page with Rain and Light, and in her bio she states from Austin, Texas to wherever you are. You can also go to her website, www.withrainandlight.com, and get started with your memories today.
All right, so today we're going to be playing Would You Rather. So I have two Would You Rathers, and one of them to me is just an automatic no. And we'll see what you and our guests, well, not our guests, but our audience feels about this. So the
Okay.
first question, would you rather or would you pick cotton for $350 an hour? It's not really a would you rather. Would you?
I know. Wait, I was sitting there like,
Because I'm like, at this, I don't even think it's an other option. I just want to know, would you pick cotton for $350 an hour?
I
Like, go
don't know.
out
I
there
would say
today.
no. I probably would say no. Like there would be a caveat like, okay, do I get breaks? Is there a bonus for this? If I'm outside picking cotton, I already know what the stereotype is going to look like, and I had never picked cotton, but I heard when you pick cotton, like you poke your fingers cuz it hurts, like the little thing that holds the cotton is like
So if
sharp.
it is going off of, the rules that they had back then, of course not. Because you had to pick your weight in cotton. I'm 170 some pounds. I can't pick that and then carry it to you. So it's an automatic no for me.
It's a no
Um,
for me, dog.
there are other people who saying yes, like if they got HR, like just
Right? Is there any human resources? Do we have tools? Is there tools
um
to harvest these things?
so many
You know.
different things. Like let me see if I can find that video. I won't be able to play it unless we add it in,
Mhm.
but I'm just gonna read some of their comments that they said. So just give me
That's
one moment.
fine. Yeah, I mean, because
But
honest, I seen there's a cotton field out by Austin, like in between San Antonio and Austin. There is a cotton field out there. I mean, there's no one picking it, but it's out there.
and $350 an hour, that's a lot. I get it, but still, like people they were asking, how long are you picking for? Um, like some
Is it the pride for you? Is it the racism association
I
for
mean,
you?
yes, it's just you had to do that without a choice and get beat and just all this. No, I can't see myself doing that. Um,
Understood.
somebody said, "Is it like making it a real job with benefits?" Um, and then one of the people on the podcast said it wasn't the picking cotton; it was the circumstances. No, it was the whole thing. Like he's speaking as if he was back there. You can't speak for them people because they some of them are dead and gone. So you
Been dead
can't
and gone.
say it wasn't the picking cotton wasn't the bad part. Yes, it was. That was bad too. But you were also getting whipped.
Mhm.
So many things. Like I said, picking
You're
out, like you said,
hungry.
getting it out of the shell and getting the seed out of the cotton, and yeah, it
Your
was a lot.
fingers are running raw. You know what I mean?
Some
Your fingers are running raw.
somebody said, "Man, give me AirPods and a Red Bull. They're gonna run out of field before I run out of time."
Ah,
No,
oh, jeez Louise.
proper PPE, hydration, and the lunch breaks. You got me. What percentage are they matching with my 401k?
Well, it didn't say how many hours too. Like, can I pick my own hours?
Like, I guess if you're making the rules for this $350, it's whatever you want.
Right. So you get like $700 in like 2 hours right there.
This
Knock it
one
out.
man said $350 times 8.5 hours equal $2,975 biweekly pay. That would be around $29,750.
The math is mathing.
And that's just for 8 hours every 2 weeks. You'll get $29,750.
And you saw me. I said 2 hours a day.
Yeah. Me with my bonnet on humming gospel songs for sure. How long do you need me to pick? Like, man, me myself personally, it's still no. It's still no.
She said, no,
No.
no, no,
No.
no.
Our
I'm a
ancestors
hustler,
would
baby.
turn over in their graves seeing us. I mean, maybe for a profit, but they would be okay. But I still can't.
What if nobody's watching you?
Mm-mm.
She said,
No.
I am watching me.
Right. No. My I just can't. I can't.
And honestly, our ancestors, they would probably be thinking at least they're getting paid.
Yeah, that's what I was like. That would be their only caveat to it. They're making money that they get to keep, and they're not getting beat and all this other horrible crap.
But then again, we don't go through those things anymore. And I'm
Right.
thankful that times have changed.
Let me see. Picking cotton.
Oh, Jesus.
How is that a Google search, man?
They're like, we don't want to answer this question.
In China, they still pick cotton by hand.
In a lot of other countries, they do things by hand.
There is an actual book called Picking Cotton, our memoir of injustice and redemption. Yeah. Just seeing pictures, I think we'll add them into the episode of people picking cotton. I just can't see myself, you know, out there like them.
Just in the sun, working,
Yeah.
babies, adults.
Yeah. So no, that's a no for me. All right. Would you rather be trapped in a room for the next 30 days with a bed, bathroom, computer with internet, unlimited food, and non alcoholic beverages, and one other thing of your choosing? Assuming these are your only options, what would you rather take with you? A stereo system, a sex toy of your choosing, a person of your choosing? They will want to have to go with you if you pick them. Access to unlimited alcohol or none, but you can leave after 24 days instead of 30.
24 days or 24 hours?
24 days. So instead of staying 30 days, you're staying 24. But
6 days of misery. I mean, to go through all that misery for 6 days, be like, ha, I get to leave early. So that's a no.
so what do you want to take with you? No, I mean you're staying 24 days. You're just leaving early.
Yeah, but
But you
I
don't
don't
get to
get
take
I don't get to
right.
have like the bonus. I don't get to have nothing, right?
No, you still have, your bed, the bathroom, the computer, and it has internet, unlimited food, and non-alcoholic beverages. But you don't get to take nothing else of your choosing. It's just you with that. Or, you know, you can pick one of those and take a stereo, a sex toy, or a person, or access to unlimited alcohol. You staying
Oh,
24 days, or you're taking some, or you
or
staying
if I
30.
didn't, I mean, I guess I'll do the last option. I thought when you did the last option, you don't get nothing.
No, you just can't. Just remember those 30 days. You ain't drinking alcohol. You're not talking to anybody else unless it's on the computer. Um, and the only thing you can have sex with is your hand.
Look, that sounds like COVID. So yeah, we can go with D. Like
So you're
COVID.
leaving in 24 days.
Huh?
You're gonna leave in 24 days.
Yeah, yeah, I don't mind. I talk to myself. I was the only child growing up. I mean, I had a brother, but he was from another mother.
Yeah.
So, we didn't grow up together, and all I did, I had the radio and I had myself. Occasionally I would go hang out with friends, but I was already in my room, and then, COVID happened. I got food, I got to go to the bathroom, when you got the internet. Have you seen these kids these days? They don't leave their room. At first, it was they didn't leave their phone. Now they don't leave their room. They sit in the dark. My son was like, okay, so yesterday there's a bunch of kids and adults,
Mhm.
whatever. Kids are separate, adults separate. That's fine. But I'm looking for my son. He in the back room playing video games in the dark with the headset on. I said, "How did you find this? How did you find this? Come outside, go play with those kids outside." Like, so I can manage, being alone with a computer, and because that's got the internet, that's
Mhm.
got Netflix. I mean, like I
Mhm.
said, that sounds like COVID.
Yeah, because I was just about to say, you don't have a TV, but you can watch everything on the computer. So
Some people live off their phones and watch everything there, so you don't really need a 448 50-inch 60-inch screen,
right.
so I'll take the last option. What about you?
Um, if I had to be trapped in a room for the 30 days, I think I would probably have to bring somebody with me. I can be alone. I just don't want to. Like if I have the option to bring somebody, and they gonna come regardless. Like they don't have the option to say no to me, else they gonna get beat up before I go.
You
But
coming with
no,
me?
I think I would if I'm trapped in a room. Like I mean, like you said, COVID. I'm bringing my boyfriend. What's the point of bringing a toy when I can bring the real thing?
Right,
And yeah, a stereo. I can listen to music on the computer.
right.
And we're trying to give up on alcohol anyway.
Okay, yeah,
So
man, I just had a baby, so I went 9 months without drinking, so I
a little
think I
30
can
days
handle
wouldn't
that.
hurt. Yeah, so I think I
Right.
would definitely do that.
Okay, that's what's up. That what you
Yeah.
asked me
So
actually
that
reminded me of something. Like I was watching this TV I forgot what I was watching. I don't know if it was Extra or whatever. It was something. And it was this guy, he was in like an Asian country. They had a competition
mhm,
show where he ends up having to stay in a
in a
room. Did
room
you
by
see that?
himself,
And
he had to win
he didn't know the
prizes.
door was unlocked. Yes, and he didn't
See,
know the
wait a
door was
minute.
unlocked the whole time.
I don't think I don't know if I watched the whole thing, but yeah, it was crazy. Like the stuff that they had him doing, and then eating like was it cat food or dog food, or
Whatever they
giving him
sent him.
a big 50-pound bag of arroz without a pot. Like how you cook rice without nothing, and he
Now I
figured it
gotta wait
out.
another few days.
Yeah, well, he used like he would put a little bit in like a milk jug or something with hot water, and he would stir or do something he was doing. But yeah, that movie was crazy. We didn't watch it all, but yeah, yes.
Yeah, because I was shocked. I was like, I didn't even know they really did that kind of, and for him to find out the door was open the whole time. So yeah,
Well,
I wasn't.
they do that stuff like in Asia, like those crazy game
They
shows.
treat people. You know
Well,
what? They
not
do have those wild shows. You're right.
yeah, because I have a
You're right.
video. I think I showed it before of when I went to New York Fashion Week, and it was this guy out in Times Square had on a pink bikini, and we think he was like recording something for a show like that because he was just running up, hiya, hiya, hiya.
Poor
I swear to
guy.
God. Man, if I can find that
Oh my
video, we're
god.
gonna definitely upload
Look, there
that.
had to be money involved. There had to be
Like
money involved
he
because
man, let me see if I can find that video. But he definitely, when I tell you that man was on something, I don't know if he was on something, but he was a trip, and it was.
you were like,
Hold
he's
on.
filming for a show. Oh my gosh.
Can you hear him?
I can definitely hear and I can definitely see.
Like, yeah. So that's what they do over there. Even though he was here in the United States, like it had to be something like that because nothing else makes sense.
Yeah, they have a
Why
lot
are
of
you?
fun game shows.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of fun game shows, I have a few recommendations for you and our
Okay.
audience. So we've had this game for about 2 months now, and it's so fun. It is for a group of you can have as many people as who can play Monopoly. But of course, you have to be 21 years and up. And it says players two to whatever. So as long as you have two people, you can play the game. And it is called Drunkopoly.
Oh shit.
And can you see the different things? So there's
Yes.
challenge, and whatever the challenge is, it could be singing, it could be twerking, exchanging clothes with somebody. Then there's pick someone to do a shot, um, swap an item of clothing. So I had on like a tank top like this, and it was me and my boyfriend and another couple playing. I made him switch tops with me.
Oh no.
So I had on his t-shirt and he had on like a little muscle shirt of mine. It was funny.
Oh my god.
Wrecked rhymes. They give you a long little thing to say. You have to say it in one breath. Um, there's a space that says all drink. That means everybody has to take. If you gotta have a drink, so you have your whatever you're drinking, and everybody take one. And then there's take and post a group selfie. So yes, we got this, and I think it was Spencer's or what's the
Oh,
other
that
one?
makes sense if it's Spencer's
Yeah, it was Spencer's or Hot Topic, whichever
or
one is
Hot
still in
Topic.
business. Yeah.
They're both still open.
Okay. But yeah, we got
Yeah.
that, and it's fun. It's fun with a group of people. Um, because you get to pick who you if you land on whatever spot, who gets to take a shot. I had this
Oh
one
man.
guy taking shots all fucking night because I would just pick on him. So that is definitely a fun game to get and have with a group of people for your Halloween party. If you want to borrow it, you could definitely do that
Oh
because
shoot. Yeah, I would appreciate that.
that would be so fun. And I have one more recommendation.
Okay.
And it's for couples. If you
Mm.
have a boyfriend, a little boo thing, whatever, your husband, whatever it may be. Freak or drink
Oh dear.
with the little devil.
I see.
So, the naughtiest date night drinking game designed to test your freak. And it says the perfect date night game, including this naughty card games designed to get you drunk, wild, and freaky. Shuffle the cards and take turns to reveal your partner's kinks and desires. It's a two-player game and it's approximately 45 plus minutes, and of course 18 and plus up because and please drink responsibly.
Drink
So inside,
responsibly.
yes. Inside, it says, no more boring bedroom games. We have had enough of these old fashioned couple sex games. So we decided to make our own game that freaks will love. This card game will reveal how freaky you and your partner are. So are you ready to freak or drink? There are 5 categories: never have I ever, freak or drink, 3, 2, 1, drink if, and mini games. And I'll just give you a look and to see. Let me get a couple of each or one of each so you can see. 3, 2, 1, and I'm missing one. What is it? Never have. Oh, here it is. Nope, that's the same thing. Never have it ever. Freak. 3, 2, 1. Oh, drink if. My bad. Have you found any new games recently?
No, I have not, but I have some trivia questions for you.
Oh Lord, we'll get to that. Okay, so here are the 5 categories that I went through. So one of them is drink if, and you will both drink if you would try food play. So if you would try food play, you both take a drink. If not, you stay sober. Freak or drink. This is a 60-second challenge. Take a shot off their body. Will you drink or dare? 3, 2, 1. Who is the most dominant? And you both have to figure out who's like you. I guess I would guess if the other person would think that who's more dominant, and if I get it wrong, I would take a drink.
Okay.
Here's a mini game. Straight face, try to make your partner laugh. Loser downs their drink.
Mm. Like Wildin' Out. They try
Mm-hmm.
to hold their drinks in their
Never
mouth.
have I ever. Mm-hmm. Never have I ever watched porn together. If you have, then drink. So
It
yeah,
depends on
that's that
the
game.
yeah. Okay. That's interesting. That's
Mm-hmm.
spicy, little spicy,
Right.
spicy.
Right. And that so like we try different things like that, keep stuff fresh and stuff. So I thought the game was really fun and I enjoyed it. It gets you to thinking because like it was who's the most dominant and well, it also depends on what part of the relationship you're talking about. Are you talking about sex? Are you talking about in general? Are you talking about in life? Like, what are you talking about? So it also makes you have those
Yeah.
conversations and figure those things out too. Because we were sitting up thinking, like, I'm not a submissive. Like, I'm not submissive. Like, I don't just do everything you say. So it's like,
Right.
what are we talking about? And he's not, submissive in ways. So it's just like we just talked and figured things out, and it was fun. I liked it, and I think other people would like it too.
Good. I think it was a good idea for you to pick out
Thank,
these games.
thank you, thank you.
You're welcome.
And this is Music with Laydie Roscoe, where we talk about current, past, and present music, entertainment, just for the best ears.
Man, this music industry
Man,
is
man.
crazy.
Tell me, Yokko, tell me about it.
Girl, okay. The other day was what? The 4th of July?
Yes, ma'am.
Yesterday.
Yesterday.
This man, this genius man, Kendrick Lamar, dropped his Not Like Us video on the 4th after he did the pop out on June 19th. Have you seen the
So
video?
some of him and his wife, and his
Hug
kids for
dancing?
the
Yes,
yes,
yes.
they're like do.
Girl, it's like so many little tokens that's in the video and him just putting it out on July 4th, which is not really our holiday. It's their holiday, so that's just doubling down, on being a colonizer. Um, Having his family in the video after you talking about him and his wife ain't together, you're gonna talk about them. Let me show you them. It was just so many having the owl in the video, putting the owl
Okay.
back in the cage at the end,
Mm,
uh,
mm.
him hopscotching down the thing. Yeah, it was good. And then it was only out what 6 hours, and it already had like 180 some thousand views.
That's a lot.
Like,
That's
y'all
a
didn't even
lot.
get this man time to put it up before everybody was like, I'm on it. But
I'm
yeah,
already on it.
mm-hmm. Like, yeah,
Yeah, it was definitely good for the culture.
it was like, and I haven't heard anything else from Drake. He's put out like two little wax songs. The one with Sexy Red that she sung on the BT Awards. Um, ooh, um,
Baby.
and then that other song that's supposed to be like races or something. I forgot exactly what it is, but he put out a song that he shouldn't have put out,
Mm,
especially after talking about us being slaves and shit. So
he's tripping.
yeah, and
Where's his
then
dad from? I know
I,
I know Drake's from Canada, but is his dad from Canada too?
I don't know. Is he in Florida or I have no idea where his dad is from.
Right.
His daddy
So
just looked like an old pimp to me.
he do. He pimp named Slickback. It's
Yeah,
like
boy, girl. Like he looks like somebody's old pimp. He was like, baby, bitch, you better have my money before I knock you in between the wash and the dry, né?
like, oh my gosh. Yeah, that he do. He dressed like a pimp. The hat, the shoes, the jacket, the
Like
pants.
he been down there with Bishop Don Juan slapping them hoes and shit. You know what I mean?
Stuck in 1975, brother.
Come on, move on.
Move
Yeah.
on. Yeah. How did you feel about the Sexy Red performance?
I didn't watch it. I don't like this song. Um, I feel like they was trying to troll us, and to me, it wasn't successful. I don't really. I like her other songs. That one in particular is stupid. I don't know what they was thinking.
I really feel like she's popular. Like a
Mhm,
lot of people like her. It's the kids, you know what I mean? And to me, I think if she marketed herself as a parody artist, I think
mhm.
maybe she would have gotten a little like people wouldn't take her as serious.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, girl. And I want to talk about one of my other favorite artists is Meg Thee Stallion.
Okay.
Girl, so I'm so excited that her album has came out and I've been listening to it. And of course, the hotties and everybody on TikTok has been going crazy and I already have their little dance and everything. But that song she got out, Mamashi, or however you say it, where she's speaking Japanese, of course. I love it.
Mm.
I love it. I love it for us. I love it for anime. I love it for like the culture. I love it for everything. What I hate is there are people who are too into anime and who are too into thinking that they know more than everybody else who are trying to put her down and saying she's not speaking it correctly, this, that, or the other. But there are Asian people who are coming out who saying she's speaking it correctly. Even the person who she recorded with, I'm quite sure he taught her how to say it. And if she wasn't saying it right, I'm quite sure he let her know. So these idiots out here trying to just talk shit.
It's true. It's true. It's I hate to say it sometimes. Sometimes when you're a person of color, they kind of want to like, "Oh, do you really know?" And it's not even cuz like I don't see people questioning white folks about their anime
But
obsession.
it'd be our own people at times. Like now, it's our own people.
Mhm.
Like we cannot be happy for one another sometimes. We just have to always find something
Nitpick
negative.
and try to
Yeah.
it haters are going to hate. They say if no one's hating on you, maybe you're not doing something right. So,
Right. And she is
haters going to
killing it.
hate.
Yeah, I
I haven't
watched that.
heard the album.
You haven't?
No,
Uh,
I haven't. And honestly, I only heard one other critic. She was a YouTuber and she was talking about how the album sounded depressing. So I haven't heard it yet. But I mean, I hear that there's some bangers on there.
yeah. There was this other person who was saying that um all her albums sound the same. Like this album sound like our first one. And the funny thing was, another TikToker was like, "Okay, so let's listen to your music," and pulled his music up, and he sounded like a screeching cat. Sir, if
Oh,
you
no
can't
way. You
sing,
said
rap, or
screeching cat.
yes, he shouldn't have been talking about anybody. That's like me talking about somebody singing, knowing that I can't sing. Like, no, no. But yeah, that is crazy. I think her album is pretty cool. She has a song on there. She has some unreleased music of Pimp C. Pimp C
Mm,
is from Houston, and he's her favorite rapper, and that's where she got her name Tina Snow, because his alias is Tony Snow. So that's how she got Tina Snow. And anyway, his wife gave her some unreleased music of his. And so she
okay.
has a verse from Pimp C on her album. And there are other people, who don't have this. So I think that's amazing, because that's one of her favorite rappers. So I think that was cool. And I
That's
think she
pretty
just
dope.
really just tell her story. And apparently, she's really telling her story, because I found some information from other people that she used to date Moneybag Yo, and in their songs they are apparently, I guess, still messing around. Because in one of her songs she was like, "Yeah, my little yeah yeah," and that's something that he always says, in his songs and stuff, whatever. And they did date in the past, like a few years ago, but then Ari came along, and then Ari had made a tweet. I think it was last month. Be a lady, or be classy, or something, and just leave peacefully, or something like that.
You know what? Leave the man because he ain't gonna change. You know what I mean? I'm sorry. It's like if the person had more respect for you in the first place, they're not gonna keep messing around behind people's backs, you know.
Mhm.
And it's when it's an open secret like that, that's more a slap in your face.
Mhm.
So don't be giving digs to the girl like, oh, leave my man alone. How about you just leave the man? Because
And
he's probably not.
obviously she not going nowhere. She
Yeah,
know what he's doing. She knows that he's still messing with her or whatever. He not going nowhere. I mean, she not
exactly. And
going
that and
nowhere.
she not and that's the thing is that hush your
They might as
mouth.
well become a throuple.
Exactly. People always want to be like, I'm gonna talk. No, you look dumb, and the man always stays quiet.
Mhm.
So I am not an advocate of that. I'm just like
Yeah.
personally, I'm not about to share no man. Not about to have no man get like, no, no, baby, I'm not with her. Then for her to post a thread later or give a shout out in a song
Man,
later.
speaking of shout outs and songs, we talked about when she became pregnant. Did you hear about them getting married?
No.
Nelly and Ashanti has been married for a few months now.
Oh, I didn't hear you talk about Ashanti. I'm sorry. Yes,
Oh
I
no,
heard
well,
about that.
how I presented it, I guess you would assume that I was still talking about Meg, but no, I kind
That's
of
why I was so
changed it on you.
confused. I was a little
Yeah, my
confused.
bad. No, no, no. That was like we talked about her being pregnant a few episodes back. Um, but it has come out that Miss Ashanti and Nelly, baby, 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 they've been married for a few months.
Yeah, people are just all up in the business. They were just thinking that she was just gonna be made a baby mama. She wasn't
Hmm.
gonna be a wife. Oh, because here's the thing: a lot of black celebrities do get engaged, do get pregnant, don't get married.
Hmm.
So it's one of those, I feel like they were already trying to put that image on her, that, oh, you're just going to be the baby mama.
She's
He's
stupid for
not going to
going
make
back
you.
and all that. Yep. Hmm.
All that they're negative, negative, negative towards her. Oh, he's
Hmm.
gonna dump her because he just sold his catalog for $500 million. Of course, he's not gonna keep her. Like, what the freak, bro? Like,
What
I'm
business is
just
it of
like,
yours? Why do you care so much?
I was like, damn, I'm just here. This girl's getting dagger after first before she even got with Nelly, because they got back together during that Versus show. Oh, that's what sparked
Mhm.
it. Like the whatever that Versus show where he snuck across the stage to go talk to
Yeah.
her,
Yes.
and she, like, oh, I don't got time for you, and then boom, look at this. Like because before then people were like saying, oh, she's getting too old, she's not married, she don't got no kids, like, and now it's all on the you're dumb, you're stupid, you're
Yeah.
this, that.
You
Let the
got
girl be.
pregnant. Yeah.
Now she's married. Guess what? Shut up. Like,
Exactly.
congratulations to Ashanti and Nelly and
Yes,
their
and the
baby to
baby.
be. You know what I mean? It's none of my business. Like, I'm gonna be honest, I'm not a I don't spin around the block. It's
Mhm.
that far. That far. I have, like, months will
Mhm.
go by, maybe a year, but this was
Mhm.
years. Like, you know what I
The
mean?
only
So I haven't
person
had
that I
anybody do that.
the only person that I have, but the only person that I've really spent the block on is like my ex-husband. Other than that, I really haven't. There has been
Yeah.
guys that's been trying to get with me, and I'm like, no, we better like we are. It is what it is.
Yeah. Yeah, to each his own. So, but I'm definitely not gonna hate on her for having a baby. Congratulations, congratulations for being a wife. Let this
Exactly.
and now, what y'all got to say? Nothing, because ever since people found out they were actually married, it's been crickets.
Mhm.
It's been
Yep.
pretty quiet. You know what I mean? So let them be. She gonna have her baby. I'm happy. She's happy. You know, I heard she was pregnant before she announced she was pregnant. A lot of
Mhm.
people heard she was pregnant
We
before
announced
she
she was
announced
pregnant
it.
before she announced
You
it.
know what I mean? So they kind of were like playing, not really playing, but you know what I mean? Like, kind of like, maybe this is already what's
They
happening, or
were
maybe you
private. It's
already
their
are
business.
married.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's
But I'm
their
happy
private.
that she's happy, you know,
Me too. Me too.
you know. So yeah. And did you watch any of the BET awards?
Yes, we watched a little bit. I got on my favorite app, TikTok, and saw it was on. So we went ahead and hopped on Hulu and watched it on there.
Right, TikTok will tell you current time
Boy,
and stuff.
yes.
Yeah. I was
Did you
just,
watch
yeah,
it?
because I know, no, I didn't watch it. I know it was hosted by Taraji, and
Yeah.
I know that there were clips online of things that were going on. Like, I saw a clip, it was on a TikTok, and it was like when you're waiting for Glorilla to perform, and apparently she was hanging in the ceiling in the corner and
Yeah.
waiting for her time to start. Like, she's just hanging from the roof. They're just showing her like
Yeah, I didn't see that part. The only part I saw was when they did the Usher tribute. I was trying to see if I saw when Taraji was talking to Keith, but I'm not sure if I saw that on TikTok or on the TV. But I know she
I need
thought
to catch up on that little thing too.
which one, Taraji?
Yeah,
The
I saw what you're about to talk about.
So she is this guy Jordan the Stallion that on TikTok, and he gives all the recipes. Olive Garden, whatever recipe, like he has all the recipes in his book, whatever. So she thought that she was in front of Keith talking to him, but she was talking to Jordan. And then when she realized that she wasn't, she took a few steps back and started talking to Keith. Then she got a rose and she handed it to Keith. It was like, yeah, with your fine ass, call me. With his wife sitting right next to him. And then so the rose that she gave Keith, he, took a video and threw it on the floor or whatever. And everybody was thinking, oh, he was mad at her for not knowing who he was and all this. And that wasn't the case. He was just like, he didn't feel like that rose was for him because
Yeah.
it wasn't his moment then, because she didn't really know exactly who he was. It was like when it's his time and his moment, he will get the things that's for him. But in that moment, he felt like that wasn't for him. And instead of
Yeah.
everybody trying to be negative. But yeah.
I
That was
didn't
the
watch like I caught glimpses of it and I saw that it was like I was like, "Oh, that's Jordan." And then I
Mhm.
was like, "Oh, Keith." Oh, they got them confused. And the only thing that I
Mhm.
really caught was like Taraji had made a tweet and said that people were sitting in the wrong seat and
Possible.
that yeah, something about they were sitting in the wrong seat. So she was trying to she said it's not that
Yeah.
big of a deal, you know what I
They
mean?
had made him and his wife move seats, I think he said. And so yeah, it was like a mistake. Yeah.
And it
It
doesn't
wasn't
help that like Jordan does talk
sort of
about
look like
recipes, but Keith talks about like
reviews, movie.
restaurants.
Mhm.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So it gets a little confusing, but Jordan started to venture into other stuff. But
Yeah.
yeah, like it's an honest mistake. They're
It
both
was.
TikTokers
It
who are
was.
doing good. You know what I
They were
mean?
both light-skinned. They're, about around the same height maybe. So I mean,
You know?
mistakes
So
happen.
this is plus for both of
Yeah.
them. This is plus for both of them because now
The
they get to talk
part
about it on their respective
right.
TikToks.
The part that I did see, which was the Usher tribute, the only
Mhm.
person's performance that I felt like they should have had maybe a different song was Kiki Palmer. We all know Kiki can sing, but the song that she had, I don't think fit her voice. Like I forgot exactly which one it was, but as she was singing it, her voice was too light and it needed a heavier voice to me.
Okay.
But I think she killed the performance. Um, Everybody killed their performance that I saw, so I think that was pretty good.
Okay, okay. Yeah. I heard about I didn't of course I didn't watch the show, but I saw clips. Will Smith debuting his like new song with Kirk Franklin called You Can Make It.
I didn't see that. Oh, I haven't
Yeah,
heard
like
about it either.
yeah, well it was quick. Like I'm not trying to be funny, but Will's slowly creeping back into the
Mhm.
media, but he did a song and I saw him rapping, then I saw Kirk Franklin come out, Kirk Franklin be honest, huh, 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 stuff.
Mhm.
So, he was coming out. It looked like it might have been crunk, but yeah, I don't really see many people emphasizing it. It's not being broadcasted that much
Yeah.
through the media right now. So, but he definitely had a new song and um yeah, they had some winners. They said SZA won for the best female R&B pop artist, and Killer Mike, got the album of the year
Mhm.
for his work too. So, there were definitely some winners
Yeah,
last night and stuff.
I know Childish Gambino. I seen a clip where he was talking about how he has been in the game, for so long, and he doesn't have that many Grammys or whatever, but he has like more Emmys or something than he does Grammys. And Sam Smith or somebody has more awards than him, and he's not even black. Like the
You know
irony,
who he
like yeah.
you know who he sounds like right now?
Hmm.
Nicki Minaj. When the Grammy topic, they be
Yeah,
certain artists, be feeling like
yeah.
they're yeah, blackballed.
They've been
So
yeah,
who knows? They might be. I wouldn't know because I don't know the ins and out of the industry.
right.
So I don't need to get attacked by no Gambiners or Barbs.
I ain't scared of them barbs,
Right.
but they will dox you. Her people will dox
Right.
you.
I'm like, yo, get a life, over here looking at my IP address.
Right.
Forgot to put the VPN on today. But yeah.
Mm-mm.
And well, there was nothing else really. I mean there was like, okay, so I wanted to kind of just talk about like how the rise of streaming platforms is changing the landscape of television and film consumption. And
Mhm.
so, I mean, this has obviously been change. We've known this for a while, but it's starting to like really starting to get out there. And like Netflix and Amazon and Disney Plus, they've been shifting so much consumer based entertainment.
Mhm.
And it's just like they've started now, it's starting like they're doing their own original series. because these
Mhm.
companies are just not letting go. So a lot of
Right.
people are like, oh, we don't want to stream anymore. Somebody told me the other day, their family members were spending like $100 on streaming services alone. That's more than what cable is sometimes. I mean, I know sometimes they can be kind of pricey, but like you can get a decent cable package for like $80.
Yeah,
So now you're
we
telling me I'm spending a lot.
we quit cable and we got Hulu, and I think we pay maybe 100 a month, and but we have live TV or something, and it has the Disney Plus and some other things with it too. It's just not um Hulu, but yeah, it is expensive.
It is. And it's like, it's doing this debate of impacting of streaming of traditional cinema too, because are people going to go to movies to see trailers and go to concession stands and go hang out with family? Like, I'm gonna be honest, I've been a person who's been online for a long time. And I mean, I used to
Right.
watch when I was 19, like younger, I used to be on LimeWire downloading
Mhm.
music and movies because they
Yeah.
didn't have they had some streaming sites which I used to find them. There's those bootleg sites, and I've been doing them as long as I can remember. So it just now you have these streaming platforms that you just don't even have to leave your home.
Mhm.
Like, why would you want to leave your house? Like, I downloaded something the other day that gives me access to all the movies out there.
Yeah.
you know why would I want to leave? Why would I want
Mm.
to leave my house?
That's
i
very
i
true.
did take my son to the movies to like a dollar day just to get him
Mhm.
out the house, but that was really it. But no, I don't know. How do you feel? Do you get out, or do you just pretty much stream now?
Um, we pretty much just stream. We haven't been to the movies, and the last movie I went to see, I think, was the new Terminator. I think that
Hmm.
was it.
Yo, 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 what's up, everybody? And welcome back to Around the World and Back, the segment of our podcast where we talk about the latest current events happening around the world. So sit back, relax, and get ready to learn something.
All right. So, did you hear about, or do you know this rapper named Fulio?
Is he the one that just died?
He is. They have been having a war in Florida. These different rap groups.
Mm-hmm.
There's his group that's like ATK or KTA, and there's
Mm-hmm.
another one that has the opposite, and they just been going back and forth, killing each other's people, and it's like they were famous on TikTok for having these viral dances, but people didn't know that they were dancing to raps about people like "Where's Corbin?"
Mm-hmm.
It was like everybody doing all those dances. Who I smoke, like that's one. And it's crazy. Like these people are making these rap songs about people that they've killed. Talk about where they find their body. He was some bones, and they just really disrespectful. And they don't have any kind of emotion or care about the people's family. Because
Mm-hmm.
how can you go to their grave site and jig on the grave site, lay on the graves talking about we smoking 23 because he died on his 23rd birthday, and your birthday was on the 23rd, and they killed you, and then dropped a diss track a few hours later.
These kids today are a different breed of children. I cannot associate. It's so crazy because, like, remember when rappers weren't gangsters? They just rapped. I mean, we had the Tupac and Biggie beef, but that was the extent of it. Like, we were like, oh, this has got to change. Everything's got to. But it's these days, these kids are dying. How
Mm-hmm.
many all these, first off, all y'all, sorry, but I'm just putting it out there, all you young rappers out here gang banging, you're going to
Mm-hmm.
just end up dead. You're not going to be
Yes.
anything new. You're not going to be the next whatever. You're just going to be dead. And the thing
What happened
is
to
that
using your hand?
yeah, people don't want to hit no more because they get their feelings hurt.
They too scared to be put on the internet.
Yeah, we've created a soft society to where now they have to carry a gun everywhere. People don't
Mm-hmm.
physically get altercations because you got mad because you got beat up. Now you want to shoot somebody. Like
Yep.
now that every child, it's crazy. It's crazy because if you're gang banging, how are you supposed to be the next it thing? How
Right.
are you supposed to get anywhere? Like there needs to be a goal. Do you have
Mm-hmm.
children? Do you have family you want to take care of? All you care about is clout and infamy. You don't have respect, you don't have any morals, and
Nope.
it's the saddest thing ever. And people, it's just the disrespect, and also it's, to me, it's the power of the tongue. Watch what you say.
Mm-hmm. Most definitely. And you just and the cycle is just going to keep continuing because they don't understand the gravity of the things that they're doing. You kill my person, so now I'm gonna kill your person. Well, now I'm gotta get revenge. Now I gotta get revenge. Who gonna be left out there to hold your family down? Like people getting tired of spending money on funerals and stuff. Like
If
y'all
funerals
doing
are
this way too
expensive,
soon. Y'all leaving. Yes. Yeah. I don't agree with it, and I don't know. I wish that they would find something better to do.
yeah,
But I need
productive.
people to find something better to do than talk about people's kids and
Right.
their
Don't talk
future.
about people's
Did
kids here. Come on.
you hear about Hallie and DDG just showed their son Halo for the first time, and
You know
people were
what?
on Twitter. What?
Oh no, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, people were on Twitter talking crap about the baby.
Like what?
I didn't okay, so I didn't go down the rabbit hole seeing like all the things that they said, but I I just listened to his clapback. He said, "I have seen a few poor, broke, dirty, fat back people on Instagram talking about my son, and it's just it just makes me so angry and mad. But then I have to realize my son is richer than them and he has a more successful life. He's in Italy at 6 months old. He's been across the world. He's been around the world already, and he's only been living for 6 months. And they broke, poor, probably on welfare still. And they grown, probably living with their mama tails, sitting up talking about a baby. Now,
So it must have been negative. See, I just think that he looks just like his mama. I was
he
like,
does.
that's her twin. That is,
Mm-hmm.
but they have strong genes. Have you seen her? Because he looks like her
Mm-hmm.
little brother. Have you seen her little
Brother
brother?
and her mama. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So yeah, like I was like, they just, that side of the family just has really strong genes. I think he's gonna grow up to be a handsome little man. I don't
Mm-hmm.
understand. I don't understand what the problem is, but I did
Oh,
see the baby the other day. I
I
was like, oh
think
look, they showed the
Haley
baby.
looks like a not in a negative way. Hallie looks like a little fish to me, but she's pretty. Has a little fish face, but she's pretty.
You're funny.
Like I'm not saying that to be negative, but
She's
she
a
does. She
she's
reminds me of a fish.
she's a pretty fish. Is basically
Yes,
saying.
there are pretty fish in the sea. There's blue ones. There's all kind of different ones, but she's a pretty little fish.
Are you
Look at
trying
her
to
face.
say
She
because
looks like a fish.
are you saying she got the mermaid roll down packed?
No, it has nothing to do with it. It's just her face. She looks like a fish. Like I guess it's
Okay.
like her hair is built, but she
I know what I mean, because someone else had made a comment. I'm not going to say what they said, but when you
does.
said that, I was like, that's along the same line of what you're saying. So,
Yeah.
yeah, the baby's adorable. So, and
He
he's
is,
got a
he
full
is.
head of hair. So,
Mhm.
that's more than a lot of
And
people.
like he said, like DDG said, he got more money than most of the people over there talking crap.
Yeah, and he said the baby done traveled and went across the world already at 3
They were in
months.
Italy.
Italy, yes, baby, let him be happy.
I ain't even been out the country yet.
No,
No, I want
I've been
to.
out the country when I was little because my parents were in the military. So
Well, my last topic over here in around the world and back is black jobs. What's a black job?
they not like us. They not like us. They not like us.
I have been enjoying watching these different videos of people making fun of former President Trump, talking about immigrants going to come over here and take black jobs. And we're
hmm
trying to figure out what's a black job, not the job that they
I know. I don't
that they
know.
assuming. So in the past, black jobs were, slaves, people out there doing field work, your maids, your nannies, your cooks, all that. Today, they principals, they directors, they in NASA, they in Congress, they judges, realtors, anything you can name. There's no such thing
Was he
as
talking about like drug dealers? Like I'm confused
no.
or
Everyone's confused because what's a black job? Because you can't be a drug
I
dealer
just don't
because
right.
you got the cartel, you got the triads, you got
Well, maybe
just the
that because they're
regular
taking
mob.
those jobs.
So I mean,
Who
shoot,
knows? I was a little confused. I was like, what's black jobs? I think he just threw that in there. And black people are losing their jobs to immigrants. Am I?
like
I
man,
mean,
what?
I tell me
My
something.
job is being a podcaster, and I don't think anybody's trying to come and take this job. My other job is also an actress. I don't think they come and trying to. Speaking of, happy birthday, Marcus.
Oh
That was
yes,
so random.
I did notice that.
Yeah, happy birthday, Marcus Wallace. He's been the director of a few of our YouTube skits, and just want to give him a shout out and wish him a happy old man birthday.
Yes, oh man.
Yeah, but yeah, black people jobs. I don't know. I've been loving the
Yeah,
videos. So.
I've seen a few of them. They're just looking around like, what job? But I've seen some of
Right.
them too. They've been pretty funny.
Mm-hmm. Definitely have.
So, well, I wanted to talk about because it's becoming more popular, but it's kind
Mm,
of a quiet growth. Is
mm,
lab grown meat. So,
mm-hmm.
have you heard of it?
Mm. Oh
Yeah.
God, yeah.
How do you feel about the topic?
We not safe. We not
Right.
safe. Our fruits and vegetables aren't real.
hmm
We have fruit, watermelons and everything that are liquid inside for no reason. You already
hmm
have this chicken and stuff that you wash and it starts to fall apart. Um, I have cheese. I have some American cheese in my refrigerator that's been in my refrigerator since August of last year, and it's still good. It hasn't molded yet. Doesn't cheese go bad in a few months?
Look, you got all these preservatives and additives, and I actually heard that shredded cheese in bags, what they do
Mhm.
to keep them from sticking to each other, they put like sawdust in the bag. So that's why it's like a little powdery. It's sawdust.
I believe you because someone said that the vegetables, the little water that sprays out on your vegetables, that it's not water. It's like a bleach solution. Yeah. Yeah. So
And they're worried about
then there's
microplastics and semen. It's a
I
little
was
too
just
late for
I was
that.
just about to say that. I was just about to say that. Oh God.
It's too
Yeah.
late, you
We are
know.
not safe.
No, we are
Like,
not. And they're trying to say, like, because there are restaurants now that are starting to
mhm, mhm,
take it, and
mhm,
the thing about it, it's like they do a cell collection, they grow the plant, they grow the meat cell tissue. And from what I was understanding is, like, if one meat cell has a bacteria, they have to get rid of the whole thing, because it's not on a living body where it would fight off the bacteria and the pathogens to that a normal animal would do, or whatever living thing would do. So anything had gotten contaminated, they would have to get rid of everything. So it's one of those sterile environments. They do like
mhm.
tissue engineering where they're growing like the thigh or
Yeah.
harvesting. They try to say there's health benefits, but I think what it is they're talking about animal welfare. You know what I mean?
Mhm,
So it's less affecting of like slaughtering and abusing them, and farming and control over meat population, because they're saying that gas emission is because of the cows and shit.
mhm.
So that I don't know. I haven't had a thought of like, yo, no, or oh, yes. I just think, okay, we're just gonna have that stay over there, because, like, you ever seen that movie Xenon, the
Mm-mm,
21st century? Okay, so it was like a
mm-mm,
Disney Channel movie, but it was basically
mhm.
it gave like Star Trek vibes, where they're living on a spaceship. They push a button and the food just appears out of a
Oh,
pill
yeah.
or out of a thing. You know what I mean? So I think
Mhm.
we're getting closer to that kind of topia. I don't know what the word before that is.
Yeah, the dystopia.
Maybe. I know they use
I don't
that word,
wanna
but I
I
didn't know if
don't
it was
wanna
a proper one.
be I don't wanna be in that time period, I don't think. I don't
You're
think
not
I'm
ready. You're
ready
not
to
ready
take
for that.
all my food in pill form, like, nah,
And
no.
and that's gonna be that might be an option. You know what I mean? Like, some people, like, if the newer Star Trek movies, they were pretty good. And basically, I'll explain. So the concept is,
I know.
like,
I know what you're talking
you're
about.
like, oh, okay. You're like, no. I was like, half the people stay on Earth, half people go travel. It's kind
Mhm.
of like these are our options. Like, I was like, the only way I'm going to space is when they properly make teleportation, where I can get
Man,
teleported without body parts. Because I'm not taking no
I
rocket to space. Do me some
I don't
Stargate G1 shit where I just
I
hop
don't
through a
think
portal.
that I could be like, I can't go to jail or nothing because not being able to go somewhere when I wanna go, like, would frustrate me. Like, you stuck in
Yeah.
space, you can't just go outside and walk around, you gotta stay in your spaceship
You
until
gotta
you
walk in
make
your
it
spaceship
to
to
but
another
you gonna get
planet.
tired of being in the spaceship, like, no, uh-uh.
I mean, there's like, think about the people who like to sit in submarines. That's a little
That's
bit
why I
smaller.
said I can't do none of that stuff. That's why I ain't picked them jobs. And then the people that went down there with the little remote control,
Those people got stuck in
you know
space for
what?
a little bit because of the hurricane, and they had to extend the trip like 10 days for whoever's in space. So they literally are just walking around taking pictures
I'm
and
talking
just
about the submarine people who didn't make
Are
it
you talking
because they
about the people?
decided to go
Oh, you talk about the
Ocean Gate, who decided to go in there, yeah, and with
Is
a
that what they
Xbox
called it? They called it
controller.
Ocean Gate? Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Who went down
Yeah,
there with
that's
an
so sad.
Xbox controller and
That was
yeah, no.
wild. And they're over here bragging. I'm like, mm-mm.
And then the
Nope.
whole thing was the one of the sons didn't wanna go in there. He told his dad he didn't wanna go, and his dad was like, "Let's go or whatever." I'm having second thoughts, I'm not going. Not getting on that
Millionaire or not.
plane. I'm not getting nowhere if I have a bad feeling, cause now you ain't got nowhere to go, and then it just happened so quick.
And your gut instinct told you not to do it.
Mhm. And somebody convinced
Mhm.
you to go.
Honestly, I'm gonna be honest with you. That thankfully, I've always paid attention to some serious stuff where I'm like, you know
Mhm.
what, I shouldn't do this, or maybe not. I mean, there have been times where I've ended up in situations where I was like, dang, I thought this, and should have did that.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
but it's nothing as drastic as losing my life. So yeah,
Right.
if
Right.
you're going somewhere and it's like, you know what, this just does not
I got a
feel
bad
right,
feeling. Turn around.
don't do it. Look,
Right.
Final Destination, I've seen.
Man, that movie has messed up a whole generation of people.
Yes,
Shit.
yes. I don't drive behind like those wooden pipe, those things, not the
I used to live
logs.
down the street from the log thing. Nope.
They be coming out all the time, probably pulling out, and trying to pull out in front of you.
What's going down with it, man? It's your boy Big Tone P, Mail Route Entertainment in the building, you know what I'm saying? Y'all go follow me on IG, big_tone_P, and Big Tone P on YouTube. Go like and subscribe to that channel. Shout out to Yokko, Camille, and Laydie Roscoe. Not Your Average Podcast, man. Shout out. Much love, you know what I'm saying? Peace.
All right. So these are going to be random questions, by the way. Now, some of these are like, okay, you got this.
Yep.
Some of these, I would be like, oh shit. But I picked them at random.
Oh Lord, you gonna do me like that?
Yes. Well,
Y'all see how
I'm
she
not gonna
doing
lie.
me just because I gave her a Juneteenth.
First off, nobody told you to do this to me. Like,
This is not
I was
payback.
like, stop.
I was
This is not
wondering why.
payback.
I've been looking at my bad. I've been looking at myself trying to figure out what's missing and why stuff looks so long. I don't have a necklace or nothing on.
You're like,
I
look,
feel
that's why I
naked.
wore a tight collared t-shirt today.
I feel naked.
I was like, let's just throw on a shirt because I had a little tank top earlier. I was like, you know what? No.
All right, let me go and win this thing.
You think so? You ain't ready? You ain't ready? You ready?
Now you got 4 out of 15 last time, so ma'am. Let's see.
Yes, because that shit was hard.
How many questions I got?
Girl, you got 12 questions today.
Okay.
I thought I'd keep it around there. Okay.
Let's see.
Okay, so we're gonna start off. I'm gonna give you like an easy one first. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Who wrote the play Romeo and Juliet?
Shakespeare, didn't he?
Yes. Okay. Who was the first president of the United States?
George Washington.
Yes. Okay. Don't be Googling these answers. All right. What is the hardest natural substance on Earth? Or mineral? What's the hardest thing? You might have learned this in like social or science class during like weathering or whatever. You give me another hint?
I would say I would get some hints. Some quartz, diamonds.
Yes, it's a diamond.
Okay.
Oh, yes. Okay, there we go. I didn't know. I mean, yeah, there we go. So, okay. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
What is the chemical symbol for gold?
Something U.
Woo! Here we go. It's getting
Something
spicy now.
U. Where is my boyfriend? I don't remember something U.
It's A-U.
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 I knew it was something U. A-U.
Right.
Okay.
Close.
I get half a point.
Right. You get half a point. Look, who remembers the periodic table? I surely do not. Okay. What is the smallest country in the world? What is the smallest country in the world by land?
She just went and got some random ass questions and then expect Peru.
A place called Vacation City.
What the flip? Whatever.
Okay. Okay. What is the capital city of Japan?
Kyoto. No. Kyoto. No. Kyoto. Okinawa. What to start with? You ain't giving me no hint. I've been giving you hints.
It's 3 syllables.
I don't know, because what I want to say. Okinawa. What is it?
It's Tokyo.
Tokyo. God dang it.
She was like, shit, it was right there.
Right. I wasn't thinking about that one no more.
Right, and it's the capital. Okay.
Anime.
Which planet is known as the red planet?
Mars.
There you go. Okay. Starting to get hot up in here.
Where you get these questions from?
I may have just randomly pulled them off the internet.
I think I've seen these somewhere. Go ahead.
In what year did the Titanic sink?
1949.
No, it was 1912. I'm sorry. Hold on. My doggone messenger just won't stop. It was 1912. She was like, I wasn't even around for this. Okay. Who painted the Mona Lisa? Leonardo. Got it. Okay. Which element has an atomic number of 1?
Now I gotta remember what the hell an element is. Hydrogen? No.
Yes,
Oxygen.
it is hydrogen. Yes.
Okay.
I had to stop you before you threw another one at me.
I was gonna say
like,
oxygen. It was like hydrogen. I think so. Okay. I had to think about my science class.
What's the tallest mountain in the world?
Kilimanjaro?
Mount Everest.
Everest. It was one of them two.
Okay. You were there though. You were like, look, it's close.
It was one of them two. That was gonna be my next answer.
Last one. Who is known as the father of computers?
Steve Jobs. Hold on.
She's like Google.
Who is that other dude? I can't think of his name. I don't remember.
Charles Babbage.
Yeah, no, I don't know about baggage.
I know. I may have said his last name, Babbage.
She cheated me. She tried to find some super hard questions that I ain't known since I was in middle school and elementary. I am 42 years old.
It should have been in your memory bank.
How questions I get right? I got more than 4.
I didn't even count.
I stopped at 2.5.
Okay, I'll just watch it back and put the number on the screen.
And then let me know if I can put on our little score sheet.
Right, so we could keep it updated. Once I start
But
getting distracted, I've just lost it.
I believe I have 2 points. I got more than you.
I don't know.
So, you know.
We'll see. Yeah, this game, yeah, definitely got probably more, but you know, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see this back. We'll see this through.
Right. But just know that you're gonna lose.
That's all right. That's all right.
When we bring our guests on, I believe that we should have another game, so that it'll be you and the guests will be playing against each other.
Oh, me?
Yeah, it's you next. You next.
Not you. Oh,
No,
me.
when we have our next guest, it's gonna be your turn. So we should be having a guest next week to talk about his clothing line and some other ventures he have. So be expecting a lovely guest with us next week.
I'm ready for it.
I mean, and you better win. You can't lose to no guests.
Nah. You can't lose to no guests.
I won't.
Right.
But we didn't get into the other topic that I wanted to get into, but that's okay. I either feel like we can make that a segment or an episode. Either way it goes, I feel like they will like it regardless. Right. So I enjoyed this episode with you. I felt like we talked about, like always, great topic, which was postpartum depression, and I didn't experience, but there are plenty women out there that go through this, and do not be afraid to ask for help, whether it's from a friend or someone in the professional industry.
Right. I definitely think that's quite wise to do, because suffering in silence is something that I tend to do a little too often. And so I also tend to hide it with comedy and laughter or, crass comments. But I definitely think that seeking help or speaking to someone is beneficial, or some type of yoga, meditation, prayer, come to self moment, would help too.
And you can always find us or reach out to us on our social media page. We have Facebook, Not Your Average Podcast. We have Instagram, not_your average podcast TX. We also have TikTok, not_your average podcast. You can find me, Yokko Camille, on Facebook and TikTok, and also at Babe's Bakery if you want a delicious dessert.
You can find me as Laydie Roscoe on, YouTube and Instagram and Twitter.
Facebook. Yes.
Facebook.
So in the next couple of weeks, we'll be actually doing some filming, hopefully. So stay tuned for those projects and our little baby MC in the corner.
I know. I'm trying to shush her.
Hey, it's okay. She be with us here and there. You're a mother, they gotta respect the, so it's no big thing. I don't mind, so they should mind.
Right.
This is real life. We give them our lives, and so, hey. But thank you all for tuning in. Thank you for joining us at Not Your Average Podcast. I'm Yokko Camille.
And I am Laydie Roscoe.
Peace.
Bye.
Average about it, just keep glad that you found it. Tell a friend about it, know we all about it, so we gon' speak about it. Yokko Camille and Laydie Roscoe, leave no doubt about it. Scream it out from the mouth. This not your average podcast. You ain't talking about nothing. When they hit the highway, they talking about something. Better tune in and listen. Get the scoop, they dig it. It's just an open discussion. Now tell me what's your position. You know what it is. Not your average podcast. You know what I'm saying? Yokko Camille, Laydie Roscoe. Y'all tap in.